Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. Today we're going to talk about Cardano and why it might hit the perfect storm and reach its all-time high or even smash its all-time high by the time May comes around. And there's two factors. One is Bitcoin and two is Cardano itself. Now let's actually look at Cardano DeFi. Cardano DeFi has actually been gaining prominence and it is actually going up in terms of TVL. MinSwap has had a bit of trouble lately, but it really hasn't lost that much TVL. Sunday Swap has gone down a little bit because of the drama, but as you can see, yes, it's had a little trouble in the last few days, but it's been way up since. And Muesli Swap is actually now coming up. Now it has $20 million locked, so there is money coming into Muesli Swap, and it could actually, after a couple of weeks, go into second or third or second place. So we're getting more and more decent yield farming things in Cardano. There's about over $400 million in Cardano yield farming, and more things are coming online, like Occam is coming on, as well as other DeFi protocols. So there's that, but that's actually not the main reason. One of the reasons, as we've talked about much, is because of Bitcoin going up. I do believe, depending on how much Terra Luna CEO wants to buy from Bitcoin, it'll go up accordingly. Now, reports have come out that he's bought $1 billion of BTC, but he still needs to buy $9 billion more. $1 billion, I believe he's pumped it a couple thousand points just by $1 billion of buys, so 9 more billion of buys could pump it into the mid-50s, possibly 60,000 by the time late May rolls around, depending on his sequence of buys. I don't really know when he's going to buy, and kind of like the timeline of if he's going to purchase all at once or if he's going to spread it out. I'm not really sure, and I can't really be certain of how much pumping it a few thousand points will get people to actually FOMO in, because the consumer sentiment right now is still very, very careful with the war not subsiding yet and inflation going up. So it would take quite a lot for people to really come into crypto, and they would actually have to see crypto go up a lot to basically FOMO in, because people are very careful with their money right now, at least lower income people. Remember, a lot of people in America live paycheck to paycheck, and if they don't have any extra money, they're not going to invest. And plus, they're really just trying to invest for short term because they might need that money soon. And if they think like that investment's actually very risky and they could actually lose money within a month, they won't invest it because they actually need to use it. So a lot of people live just like at their means or even some above their means. So the overall consumer sentiment, I still don't think is good. But Do Kwon continuing to buy billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin in 125 million increments at a time over like just a couple of hours could actually pump the Bitcoin up like increment by increment, and eventually get some retail or some money, some big money to actually come back in. So while he's buying, I do believe that Bitcoin has the ability to go past 50,000, maybe even to the upper 50,000s and 60,000. So that's one element. If Bitcoin goes to 60,000, Cardano will probably be over $2 just by itself. Now, Cardano itself has some hype, and it's not really from the DeFi TVL, although that will help. It is actually from the HFC that's actually coming up in June, and that is actually one everyone's talking about. Cardano does have a lot of noticeability because besides Bitcoin, Shiba Inu, and Ethereum, it is probably the fourth most talked about coin. I've checked it on the Google Trends. It's pretty close between Cardano and XRP, which one's the fourth most talked about coin. But I don't think that's really I think it'll help Cardano more because there's not as much like hype and price predictions or like insane price predictions for Cardano as there is for XRP. And it's actually pumped within the last couple of months, within the last year. So there's actually more going into it, more fueling it because it's seen better action recently. And also it has yield farming. So people are willing to basically yield farm and lock in value more in Cardano. So the thing is, we know the HFC is happening in June, and that will actually solve any kind of scaling problems they have, at least for the time being, because that will increase their blocks and also make it more efficient. And we know that a lot of people are, I know that a lot of people are talking about the HFC in June and people are getting hyped up for it. And people are even speculating that there's going to be like a large amount of app releases around June when that HFC comes. So based on that, we know people buy the rumor, sell the news. So as we get into like April and May, as we get closer and closer to the HFC event, I think people could FOMO into Cardano knowing that event's there. So like there's a couple of cryptos that I think people will FOMO into as Bitcoin grows higher and higher, if Bitcoin grows higher and higher. That's a big if, but if Bitcoin grows higher and higher, I think one is Ethereum, because Ethereum has the splurge or whatever the heck they call it, oh, merge, sorry, whatever they call it in June, which they'll switch from proof of work to proof of stake. And that's also a big event because that will actually largely increase the staking rewards as all the mining rewards get switched to staking rewards. And that's happening in June. Cardano will be the second one because it has the HFC and people are looking forward to a lot of DApp releases around that area. And also Shiba Inu and the meme coins, just because their search volume on meme coins is so strong. And I think like since their search volume is so strong and very correlated with BTC interest, I do think as BTC comes up, Shiba Inu and the meme coins might be the first category to actually pump. So look for like Ethereum, Cardano, Shiba Inu, and meme coins to actually follow Bitcoin up probably very closely. And I think all three of those could have great potential to break, at least meet or break their all-time high. Ethereum is already like at 75% of its all-time high, being over 3,000. Cardano is much further out, less than half its all-time high, but Cardano can pump at a much higher percentage than Ethereum. So the thing about Cardano is I do believe there's like great ROI in store for it. I do actually believe that it could actually breach or basically burst through its all-time high by May. And I do think like these events could come together. Now it all depends on kind of like Terra Luna's buys of Bitcoin and whether that pumps it up or not. But if that happens, I do think ADA, ETH, and Shiba Inu coin and Shiba Inu meme type coins could really benefit. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.